Hello YouTube, thanks for joining me on another paint along video. So today I'm not really feeling creative at all, so I'm going to paint a study of a movie screenshot from my favourite film. If anyone knows me, obviously my favourite film is Dune, so I think I'm going to paint this scene of the Atreides ship rising from beneath the sea. How epic is that? They keep their ships underneath the water for some reason. Saves space, I suppose. Makes it look a bit nicer. Yeah, but you get those days like I've been really busy with client work as well, so I'm not really in much of a creative headspace at the minute. I feel a bit burnt out, but I still want to get some painting done and make a video for you guys. So yeah, a good thing to do when you're not feeling very creative is just do a study. Let's get started. As usual, I'm going to make some constraints for myself. I'm not going to use the color picker from the image. So basically I'm going to leave the image on my other screen over here. And then just, so you probably see me looking that way a lot. And another constraint, I'm going to start off with just a round brush as well. So just a round brush and then no color picker. So let's go. So start off with that background first, the overall tone. Kind of white and blue colour. It's a bit different with the round brush, to be honest, but should achieve the same result. Right, let's plot in the horizon line for starters, which is about here, and then we've got some little mountains. Might put them in first. Try and match the value by building the values up slowly. That's about right. I kind of like using the round brush on low opacity because you get this nice painterly look with it, like lots and lots of brush strokes, as you can see. It's quite nice. Plot this in. Get that reflection in the sky there. A little bit that side. This is what I like about Denis. Is it Denis Villeneuve? His cinematography style is insane. Like, this is such a simple thing, but it's so effective. You don't need like these crazy detailed, crazy all this, that, and the other, like for a successful shot. The whole of the film Dune is just like the most impressive shots are the just most simple, where it's just a huge mass of shape in like an epic landscape. Like, it's not complicated, but it just works. It's so cool. I love it. Right, let's get this basic shape in. A little bit of sketching. I'm not going to cheat by using this straight line when you hold shift. I'm going to do it by eye. Aye, Captain. So, up there. Just like a giant hexagon, basically. Again, look how simple the design is for the ship. And yet it's just so much more effective than like a super complicated, super detailed. You can just tell it's huge. It's just a big mass. Like your mama. Ignore that. Alright, so it goes down in perspective and then it kind of gets lost in a sea of mist and water. Down that way. Kind of like this colour, right? Maybe a bit more saturated. Block that face in there. Again, we've got low opacity brush setting on the round brush, so we can build up all those values, and then it's going to look painterly because you're just going to end up with lots and lots of paint strokes, which is a nice little effect I like to go for. Emulating, you can emulate a traditional look with a digital round brush, which is pretty cool. Pretty counterintuitive, but it works. That down there. Obviously, this is the ugly phase of the painting. It looks like absolute garbage right now. But as I always say, you just got to trust in your ability to observe and paint. Again, there's no creativity going on here. This is just, when you're doing a study, you're just practicing observational skills, and that's it. And it's, again, if you're not feeling creative at all, it's worth doing. Rather than just going, oh, I'm not feeling creative, I'm not going to paint today. If you're not feeling creative, which is completely normal, just do a study. That way you're still getting practice in. The only person holding yourself back is you and your lazy excuses. I'm talking to my past self here. It's weird, isn't it? I'm just talking to myself in general. Just talking to the camera while painting. Right, starting to bring in some of these darker values. What I'll do on the edit of the video, I'll have so obviously my reference is over here at the minute. I'll then put that on the same video on the screen somewhere, like up there somewhere. You can see what I'm doing. Like this is the thing of a study, it doesn't have to be exact. Like I can already tell it's like I need to make it a bit wider. It would have looked fine if it wasn't, but you know. Study doesn't have to be exact. Like the most important thing with a study is the lighting and the composition. As long as you've captured that, then it doesn't have to be a complete copy to copy. Like it's all about your interpretation of it. How simple this structure is. It's crazy. So crazy, man. Right, let's bring down that opacity some more, and then again we can slowly build up. It's almost like watercolor doing it this way. I will switch to a texture brush soon as well. So what a texture brush basically does, it gives you detail for free. It's like that old Bob Ross technique. You kind of, depending on your brush technique, like just a few squiggles can look like that, can look like a mountain, you know. It's great. That's what I love about painting. You'll just do like a certain brush stroke, and then it's like almost like instant leaves on a tree, or you know, something like that. Okay, so let's start bringing in some more blue. It's all basically a monotone? Basically a monotone image. It's all this kind of sci-fi blue color, which just works. But you can just keep changing hue around this part of the screen, around this section. Is this recording properly? Yeah, good. It would suck to not record the screen, wouldn't it? Yeah, so you can change hue around this area here. But obviously you're not going to suddenly go like that. I mean, you could do, you know, if I want, I could add a tiny splash of orange there. In fact, I'm going to keep it there. Let's pretend the Atreides ship hasn't been maintained very well and there's a little bit of rust on it. This is our little world, as Bob Ross would say. That's the main wave coming over there. Lower that down again so we can get some nice subtle gradients. Yeah, so working with a low opacity as well. Sorry, I got a really itchy nose. Working with a low opacity is really good for building up soft edges, just gradation. Right, so let's build up darker value. See? You can slowly build that up if you keep the opacity down. It's quite dark there. And then it kind of disappears. So this is what you'd call a lost edge here, because it kind of disappears into the... So let's talk about edges quickly. So I'll just highlight them. So let's bring in the reference. Where did I put it? Dune. There you go, there it is. I basically keep folders just full of screenshots. Yeah, so this is a lost edge. So it's just being lost. Like there's still an edge there, but it's being lost in the background. It's blending in the background. Soft edge will be like this gradation here, going from there to there, where it slowly gets lighter. Again here, within this shape here, there's some soft edges. And then obviously you've got your hard edges. Boom, 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 boom. Hard edge there. So you need these three edges in a painting in order to make it look realistic. So that's the trick to realistic painting. Other than lighting, which is really important, you need your three different edges. You need your lost edge, your soft edge gradations, and then your hard edge. Like if a painting's like all hard edges, so if it's all soft edges, it's going to look too digital. If it's all hard edges, it's going to look like a pencil sketch. If it's all lost edges, it will be abstract. So you just need a combination of all three. Like that would be like a pretty important tip if I was to give one. In fact, I might turn this little snippet into a reel. Screw it. I will. Bum, bum, bum. Right, let's go back to the painting. I just lost track of what I was doing. Okay. Right. Let's bring back in some line work. So, bum, bum, bum. So you've got this section here. Man, I've got a really itchy nose today. I look like a crackhead. That. And then within this border, it's slightly darker and then slightly more green. So there you go. More gradient. Made that a bit too dark now, haven't I? Never mind, let's do this. And this needs to be a bit darker as well. Right, I'm going to switch brushes in a second as well. I'd say bring up the value a bit here. Bring in a bit of blue a bit more colour there. Right, and then so it's quite bright there. So this is almost the same value, so I think it's like slightly lower in value. This is almost like another lost edge here. And there's quite a bright edge there. There's a nice soft edge there, look. So I'm going to lower my opacity. It's almost like purple. So I can cheat a little bit, use this, boom. It'd be kind of nice to have like a real solid edge there, so we'll use the lasso quickly. Turn it a bit more towards purple. Nice, that looks delicious. Right, let's switch to some brushes. Let's make some real progress here. Okay. But yeah, I've just done that with the round brush, so not a bad effort. Bloody children, shut up. Ruining my video. Get a job. Right, we need a brush to get that kind of watery look going. Maybe something like this would help. So straight away you're getting instant detail for free. All these little marks and stuff. So there are brushes like this, so I could literally, like, this is probably going to make it look way too digital, but you've got brushes like Nature Scatter. Yeah, so this is a water brush, so it's going to give you like instant, see that? But to me this makes it depends what look you're going for, but makes it look a little bit too, I mean, I'm going to put a little bit in, but yeah, in general I don't like the look of this. If your work's looking too digital, then you're kind of using these cheap brushes too much. I think it's all right for a little bit, but if you double it up with like a brush like this, you see, this is like getting the same effect, but you're suggesting water waves instead of like, here's a bunch of water waves that I've sampled. That's what real painting's all about. You're making suggestions of things, and then it's up to the human brain to fill in the rest. That's what I like about painting, especially abstract painting. Like, it's kind of, you know, some paintings that I've done in oils up on my wall, like, it's not supposed to be anything. It's up to the viewer what it is. Like, people ask me, oh, what is that then? I'm just like, I don't know. What do you think it is? People are like, oh, it's a cave, or you come up with your own decision, and that's what I like about that kind of painting. Just completely left up to interpretation. Right, there's quite a lot of green there. Let's put in, unless my eyes are going crazy, I swear I'm seeing subtle hints of green, which wouldn't surprise me. That wouldn't surprise me. The ships are left underwater, so they're going to be covered in algae. If that's the right word. Right, what kind of brush do I need for this water? Let's get a soft brush. Something like this. Yeah. Again, this is a little bit of a cheap brush as well. But I don't care. It's my painting. Yeah, so it kind of, the value kind of blends. Again, lost edge here, you see? All blends in the background. Sound effects, very important, as I always say. Get those sound effects going, makes you a better painter. Build up some more mist. Again, another way to make your painting look a lot more painterly is change brushes on the regular. Right, that's a little bit more bluer. Yeah, just keep changing brushes because it'll give you that nice variety that you get from traditional painting. It does make me laugh. Like, all digital painting is, if you're doing it in the style I like, is you're just trying to reverse engineer and make it look traditional. And it's like, well, why don't you just use traditional paints? So stupid, isn't it? But like speed for work is so high, like unless you're really established, like someone like Karl Kopinski that can get away with just doing traditional and people waiting a long time for work. Like, I'm not at that point yet, so I have to use digital for my professional work. But digital is great, like as long as you're using it like this and not cheating too much. Like this will transfer into traditional. Like, I can get some paints because of the way I've just painted this. Once I get used to the medium again, you have to get used to the medium of traditional paints, but it's the same method. You're using the same fundamental skills painting like this or painting traditionally. Like, you know, I've got sketchbooks full of traditional paints and I can do it because this is how I learned digitally like this. Like, I wasn't doing too many cheats, you know. Right. Need some sort of brush. Oh, I mean, this is going to be really cheating. Look at this. Is that too much cheating? I've literally got a brush that does splashes. Oh, that's tempting. I put a few in. So if you was to just paint like this all the time, this would definitely be cheating. Right, I'm just going to do 2, just to make a suggestion, and then we'll get a... What kind of brush do I want? Something like this. Turn the opacity down. There you go. Turn it down even further. Even more. So you can slowly build those values. What a cool shot this is, right? How long's it been? 25 minutes? We've got this much done so far. Not bad going. Some more in there. Using a tapping technique. You can hear my pen, my stylus tapping. That's what's going on there. Again, a big thing about the look of your painting is like how you're using your stylus, you know. How loose you are with it. Right, I'm going to use my lasso just to get that hard edge there. A little bit of a cheat about to happen right now, but here we go. I want a hard edge. Very important hard edge there. There you go. Ba, ba, ba. Get some noise in there. Again, we're just suggesting detail here. This isn't a splash brush. I'm literally just making mess on the canvas to suggest like a bunch of splashes and water coming down. So here we can use our smudge brush. Get that soft edge. It's like it turns into a mist, doesn't it? And there as well. Ooh. Blend it. There's like another line of water there as well. There's like a couple of waves. Obviously this thing's rising out of the water, so it's kicking up a few waves. I'm sure there. It's like a wave about to break there. Like something there as well. Just about see it. That'll do. Right, let's start making. Is that too dark, do you think? Maybe. Get my little. This is a little cheap brush as well, so instantly increase the value there. Boom. Airbrush, baby. Right, now. So that's actually green on like a sunny day, right? But it's never sunny in June, except for the screen's dirty. Except for on Arrakis, but on Caladan it was always grey and overcast, so everything's gonna have this blue. Like if I was to paint that the actual colour, it won't look right. So I'd say. So we're just doing a little bit of grass in the corner there. Not even that colour. What colour is it? That'll do. Something like that. Right, so a little bit of rolling hills coming down, so we're suggesting a bit of a tree line here. Gets quite blue in that small little area there for some reason. I don't know why. Bum, bum, bum. Blending there. Nice. All right, let's do some little specular highlights in the water. So that's one trait of a trait. Right, I might actually remove that because that was so cheesy. A traities. That's one trait of water. You get a little specular highlights where just light is glistening off it. See, already looks. So it looks better than just using that water brush, right? I think so. I think so. Let's make it a little bit wider. I want the composition to go further that way. Right, this needs a bit of work. I might actually use the old... Actually, I'm not going to use the lasso. Let's just paint. Yeah, so it's quite light on this plane at the top. Quite a lot of blue in there as well, so bring in some colour. Obviously reflecting from the sky. So what helps is understanding what you're painting as well, you know, like how the environment works. Like, why is that blue on top? Because there's a reflective surface facing the sky. And then when it comes to making your own stuff, you can then remember that and then incorporate it into your own work. I think recording tutorials like this helps as well, because sometimes I don't know that I know this stuff while I'm working, if that makes sense, until I start explaining it while I'm doing it and then go, oh right, yeah, I do understand what I'm doing. I think it's that imposter syndrome again. Blend that. Kind of turns into a bit of a lost edge there as well, doesn't it? And then I've got quite a steep angle there. Those lines. Blend it. Bringing up a little bit, isn't it? Yeah. Get the old lasso, low opacity, and then we're going to slightly bring that value up there. And then obviously you get a lot of noise and texture doing it this way as well, which is nice, which is what we want. That's better, isn't it? That's more like what we're looking at. I'll do the same here, this little bit. Starting to cheat a bit now with these lasso selections, but I've already done it the hard way, so I don't care. Alright, this needs building up in value as well. These water sections. Splash, 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 splash. Splash, 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 splash. I've actually got loads, it's Sunday, I've actually got loads of work to do today as well. So you're lucky that I'm doing this. I had a voice in my head going, record a video, you must record a video. So here I am. That a little bit darker. Yeah, such a simple shot, but looks so cool. Denis Villeneuve, what a legend. I'd say that can be almost done. Right, another little trick I'm going to show is colour dodge. So colour dodge on a texture brush will look really cool up here, for example. Boom, specular highlights. And then here, boom. And then maybe here. Little bits of light glistening off the surface. Especially here. Colour dodge. Great tool if used with restraint and subtlety. Again, here as well, so you can get that slight increase in value, get a bit of that purple there. Lovely. Lovely. And then maybe here. Oop. Yeah, that kind of works. I'd say that's almost done. What are we missing? Bit more value here, maybe. Probably some water details along here. So another cool little brush that I like to use is a scatter brush. So this one, perfect opportunity for this. Boom. Kind of like a cheap brush, but kind of not. You need to use it artistically. And then make your sound effects, added oomph. I've got another brush in mind as well. I always start to lean forward, don't I, when I get into it. I'm like, whoa. Work that in. Get some noise. Tap, 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 tap. A little bit of a light value there, just where it's coming out. Oh, too much. Dial it back. This is almost done, guys. And it's been 35 minutes. And then we got a study that looks not too bad. Right, another little cheat I'm going to do. The thing is, I don't mind cheating if I've already done the foundations like the normal way. So, cheating with stuff like details, if you already know how to detail, in my book, not a problem. So I'll show you what I'm going to do in a second. Let's just get this dark value here on there. Might be a bit too dark actually. Lighten that up a little bit. Really loose. Again, there's some quite dark values there where the waves are breaking. Keeping it loose. Right, little cheat. We're going to do some rust. Well, rust or just scratches and streaks. I've got a brush that does that. The only time you see me use the new layer. Haven't even done that yet, have I? Boom. Boom. I wonder that's not coming out, it's on a razor. Boom. Cool, eh? And do another one there. Love it. Alright, this subtly messed with some values, so overlay. So this is where I'm going to try and accurately get the light to match. So I think that needs to be a bit lighter there. Oh, subtlety is key, remember. Yeah, nice. And then here as well. What I may even do quickly now is, I'm thinking about it, let's do our cinematic aspect ratio. Boom. Now it's a study of a movie still. Nope. I don't want to get rid of that wave detail, so move this up a little bit more. Sorry about this. But okay. Thinking. Maybe I do need to change that slightly. Put that all on one layer. And then, oh, pull that down a little bit. Yeah, that'll do. Right, so where was I? Overlay. Gonna get these values correct. So, yeah, what increasing white value there, light value up here as well. That needs a decrease there. Right, so it's almost done. Bum, bum. Right, done. So 40 minutes. Bingo. Thanks for joining me on that one. Hope it wasn't too painful to watch. I have no idea what I even said, but yeah, that was what I normally do when I'm not feeling creative. Just do a study from a film you like, and then you can kind of learn. Like, if you just consciously think about what's going on, you can learn from the study. You know, I could reuse this lighting setup in my own personal piece. Like, in fact, I will do that, and I'll make another video about it. Right, back to client work, and yeah, enjoy the rest of your day or night or whatever you're doing. Peace. See you in the next video. Bye bye.